Hey, beautiful people. What is going on? My forehead. It's me, your girl, Maritza, for those of y'all who don't know me. And I just love getting on here, discussing different things, different topics. My goal is to help strengthen women so that their families are strengthened. So my hope is that by me sharing certain things, that I've experienced in life, things I've learned along the way, that it helps women either make better choices for themselves, avoid mistakes, or just be further along in life than I was at, wherever they may be, right? Because that's what it's all about. If I know and I see somebody going down the wrong road, I should try to help them. And my prayer is that, like, these videos are out there when somebody is in a space that they need more information or in distress, whatever it may be, and they can get the answers that they need. Today, you guys, I wanted to discuss the importance of us being in the right mindset as we move into 2026. And more importantly, that we're not harboring any negative energy and taking that, any negative thoughts, any negative situations. There's some things that we can't control, right? People may be sick, people may have financial issues, but what you can, and yada yada yada, etc., etc. But what you can do is claim or reclaim, if you finding yourself in that negative space, how you are emotionally responding to it. And yes, I agree. It is easier said than done, right? It is super easier said than done. And yes, I agree that, you may catch yourself at times and be right there like, listen, da 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 da, or woe is me, or I just can't, whatever it might be, right? You may be in that space and you are going to have to catch it, realize what is going on, because that's not from God, y'all. That is not from God. And you are going to have to pull yourself through with the word of God, with gospel music, with motivational. Some of us, we may not be Christians yet, right? Or we just may not be Christians. And so we may just want to listen to something motivational. It may not be something that has isn't Christ-centered, right? Even though y'all should. But anyway. But in all seriousness, you all, we have got to get serious about paying attention to where we're at, right? Because the enemy is smooth with it. He is super smooth with it, how he drops it in. It is, in a lot of instances, these are going to be things that are near and dear to our heart. Otherwise, we could be so bothered, right? So it is going to be important that you are intentional about the way you are thinking about how things are playing out in your life, right? And let me pull that back a little bit and say that it's important that every area of your life that you are able to control and decide and manipulate, and to walk in and walk through it with the way that you want to do it, that you do so. Because if not, you're just going to be allowing the enemy, or just life. Sometimes it's not even the enemy. It could just be people just doing what they want to do in your life, having you doing this, doing that, all over the place, frustrated, you mentally exhausted. You could be crying. You could be, y'all, let me go there. When it comes to the no negative energy, no negative whatever, right? Because that also includes no negative men, for you sisters out there who are holding on to negative relationships where he is not honoring you, where he is not building you up, where he is not encouraging you, where he is not investing into you, into your life in such a way where you should be in the relationship. And y'all excuse me, my dog is barking out the window as she does. Let me see. Okay. I see something here that got me thinking, but it is not where I'm supposed to be, y'all. My book switched to something different, so give me a second. We have to be intentional about leaving old energy, old negative energy, old things that are dead, right? Things that aren't growing in our life, in the place where we are currently at and are moving away from, right? And be intentional about not picking them back up because they're comfortable, right? Saying, oh, let me just hold on to you for a little bit because I don't want to be alone for New Year's Eve. Things like that, y'all, right? Or let me, continue to allow this person to let me think of something else, another negative energy, my thoughts, right? Let me just continue to hang out with this person that is just filling me up. All they're doing is gossiping and talking about this one and that one. Anytime I try to talk about us being productive, what I want to do, our businesses, this and that, it always goes back to something negative, But I like going out for coffee and I don't want to sit there by myself and all that stuff, right? Or what we do to ourselves, right? The negative things that we say to ourselves about our situations, about ourselves, what we see when we look in the mirror, the negative things that we say about where we have, come from, or where we're currently at in life, or what we didn't get accomplished instead of focusing on what we did get accomplished in 2025 as we move into 2026. Y'all, I'm just simply saying to be careful about what you are picking up and taking with you. And be very, very careful about what you're picking up and you are taking into 2026 with you, because if not, it's just going to be a replay of 2025. And y'all, one thing I'm learning in all these 55 years of my life is that time waits for no one. There are things that, I am determined to get done because I have not done those particular things, because I have not been, what's the word that I'm looking for? I have not been appreciative or valued my time the way that I should have. Not having an understanding of exactly what time was and how precious time is. Not understanding that, right? And always thinking that there's more time, or I could do it later, or that I could do next year, or we can travel here in a couple of years, and not understanding that, a couple of years doesn't come for everybody. And sometimes there's some people that get sick, and last year they had plans that this year they can't accomplish because of how sick they are. So that's what I mean when I'm like, be intentional about your time. Be intentional about it from now on. Don't wait until January 1st, right? From now on, be intentional about your time and what you are getting done in that time. Who you're sharing it with, right? What you're allowing to be the conversation in that space, right? Is it productive, right? Is it giving you joy? Or is it stressing you the hell out, right? Be intentional, y'all. And part of that is this up here. Not allowing the negative thoughts to become your primary thoughts. Catching yourself as the negative thoughts are creeping in. As you're seeing, okay, I didn't get that done today. Excuse me, you guys. I didn't get that done today, or I was supposed to have this done by now. You know what? Give yourself grace. You know, be serious about it. You know, talk to yourself about it, and make plans. Do what you need to do. Put things in place. You know, take action and all that. But be careful of how you are beating up on yourself with your words, in the words you are choosing to use to move you into a space of action, right? Well, I pray that this has helped someone. Y'all remember, words have power. So speak life over yourself, into your family, into your if you're married, into your marriage, if you have children, over your children, if you're married, over your spouse, right? And do not forget to speak life over yourself. Okay, love you guys with the love of the Lord. And I'll talk to you later.